Hello everyone, Lucy here for the Scrapbook Cottage in Winnipeg, and I am going to be making a 5x7 folio. This one in particular I made into a wedding album. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it with you, make the base, the main part of the album. I won't be decorating it with you because that's totally your preference. But I will be making the whole album, and what I will do is I will then at the end show you the whole book and how I did put the patterned paper on, so you'll have an idea of how I do it. But for sure your album is yours, so you'll want to do it your way. So let's get started. It's called a 5x7 folio, and it's a folio because it does not have hinges. Okay, that's the difference between an album and a folio, basically. So if you've purchased the kit, you will find 3 pieces of chipboard and 2 pieces, another 2 pieces for the hinges of the chipboard as well. So we're going to start with the cover, and we've got 2 pieces for the cover. What we're going to do is we're going to start with it, and we're going to adhere them horizontally. So that means we're going to put them this way, okay? Because we need room to put all our pieces on, right? So in order to put these together, we are going to take, and I don't know if this is 3 or 5 millimeter suquang, but it doesn't have to be thick suquang. And I just put it along the edge. And I adhere the other one to this one. So that makes a nice long piece. We're going to burnish those together. If this is your first album or folio, burnishing simply means adding some pressure with your bone folder so that they stick together, so that the glue sticks to the paper. And we're going to what I call dry fit. Put all of our pieces onto the cover just to see. Okay, it's going to be a little bit too long. We leave about an inch on each side, so inch top, inch bottom, inch on the side, and you're going to, after you're done putting them on, cut a piece off here just to give you an inch there, okay? So that looks good. Now, the reason I do this is you're going to find 2 pieces of Tyvek. Now, Tyvek is simply the envelopes that businesses use for sending mail. You might have gotten one at home too. There's no way you can't rip this stuff, okay? And the reason that I use it in my albums is sometimes, depending on what type of black paper you use, some of it has a tendency when you fold it too roughly or after a long time of being used, it might start to crack. So just to make sure that that doesn't happen to my albums, I like to put in Tyvek. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip this piece here, and then it's going to go here on there. And that way, the Tyvek gives it some strength. Okay, so I'm just, I do that so often. Okay, let's try this again. It's gonna go like this, yeah. So I'm gonna just mark where I'm gonna put my Tyvek. Okay, And it doesn't have to be exact, right? Because it's all inside. Nobody's going to see any of this. Okay, so that's where the first one's going to be. We'll do the other one after. Now, before we start putting anything onto paper, we need to prep. So it's like building a house. You want to make sure that your foundation is good. So the building of the cover of it is definitely the most important. Okay, so we are going to put Suquang, and I like to buy the sheets like this to make albums. You know, it comes in so many different sizes of rolls as well, but I like to have the sheets when I make albums. So all I do is, I think I'm gonna, no, it's, no. Okay, we're gonna put it, I'm just going to put it on the edge here. There, and I'm just gonna put another one. Yeah, that won't work, so we'll do this. Just gonna put it on the edge. And I'm going to cut I think I need a new, yes, I need a new end to that cutter. I have another one. Let's try this one. Okay, that feels better. Okay, I'm just going to cut this. Whoop. That one's done. Whoop. Let's try this again here. There we go. Oh, don't go on top. There we go. Okay. I'm going to use what's left to do one of my hinges because they all have to get done. So okay. That one's done. Where's my other one? Here it is. Let's put, I don't like to waste any of this Suquang. It's too precious. There we go. Just gonna put this back on here so I can use it another time. And I'm going to get another sheet for the other piece. I find that the sheets, they're no more expensive than the rolls, but I find that they're quicker to use, right? They're already down there. And yeah, when you're making an album, this is the longest part of making an album. So, okay, I'm just gonna put this down where I need it. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're gonna put put it on our Tyvek as well, but not all over. So let's, just gonna use pieces. I'm gonna put that there. And there we go. Some other small pieces here from before that I'm just gonna stick in. Like I said, I don't waste any Tyvek or sequin. Okay, to finish that piece off, I'm gonna use the wider tape that I have. Okay, and my other piece. Let's do all this and then we can go about making. Put one in the center. There we go. Okay, so we've got everything done now. I'm just going to burnish. One more. Building the cover will take the longest time. The rest of it doesn't take long, but building the cover is time consuming. Okay, so we're going to start with, let's start with putting down our Tyvek so that we've got it underneath our first cover. Oh, come on. Didn't come off very nicely. There we go. Trouble with using little pieces is that it doesn't come off as cleanly. Okay, and there we go. Okay, I had kind of loosely said that we needed to put it in here, and we want about an inch on top and an inch on the bottom and an inch from each side, right? So this is going to work about right. Let's take our I'm just gonna do just the top for now so that I've got an idea of how far down I have to go. Let's use my friend and her husband have 3D printers, and they make these cool tools when I ask them to. They made this one. I'm just going to use it to, this is an inch so that I don't need to pull out a ruler. And it's about There we go. Okay. So I have about an inch on top, on the side, and at the bottom. Now this is where this comes in really handy, because I said it's an inch, and here it's 3/16 of an inch, which is exactly what we need between our front cover and our hinges, okay? Our sides here. So this off. I've got that there. I've got some there. Put this in, snug it up tight to that, and it's in exactly the right spot. I'm going to do the same with this and with my other piece. Here we go. And because this time I don't need to try to figure out where it goes, I could take my there. Okay. Oh, and I'd forgotten to mention, make sure whenever you're building an album that the join of your cover cardstocks don't come in at a join here, okay? Mine is okay, it's on the side. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have. I need to put this in. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to lift it up. It's gonna go about here. Okay, Lucy makes mistakes a lot. Here, I'm gonna show you. This is called Undo, and it isn't just for stickers. It's for when you're building albums. You're going to be really surprised here. I'm going to put this just nicely through here. I haven't burnished anything, so I'm hoping I'm still good. See how I can take this off? Okay. And what I'm going to do is I should have done this before. Okay, we're going to slide the Tyvek in. Slide this piece of Tyvek in. Okay, so I still have room to put my fingers through here. So I'm going to slide my Tyvek in. It doesn't have to go any far, so I can slide it underneath. There we go. Just enough so that it's underneath. There we go. Okay. Phew. I'll just take this off. There we go. And you see how it's a little crinkled? That's no big deal. It's hidden. Okay, so now we can put oh, and by the way, this Undo, it's going to dry. You're never going to see it. It sticks the same. It doesn't hurt the glue or the suquang at all. It only, however, works for tape, not for glue, not for wet glue. So, okay, we're going to tuck that in. And we have our last one to put on. I have way too much Tyvek here, but it's not going to hurt anything at all. Okay, so that's there, and snug it in. There we go. Okay. So you can just burnish with your finger, with your hands if you wish, just to make sure it's all nicely stuck. And I'm just going to cut off a little piece here that I don't need. We need 1 inch. I'm going to give myself a little bit more. There. Okay. What we have to do now is use more suquang. We're going to take our 9.5 and we are going to tape all the way around the chipboard. Top, bottom, sides, all of it has to be done. I'm not going to bother with the corners because we're going to be cutting those off. You'll see in a minute. Tape up, tape all the way around. Well, I think I'm going to need a new roll of suquang. Okay, where is my other roll? There we go. Okay, down here. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I use suquang because I think it is the longest lasting. I've made books that are probably been in the store for 5 years, I want to say. And it's been looked at however many times we can imagine. Some of them have been dropped. And they're still there. They're still fine. So I kind of swear by suquang. Okay, so this handy dandy little tool, again, my friend made for me. I slip it in here and it shows me exactly how far I can cut. Otherwise, you're kind of guessing. You can use about 2 pieces of your chipboard kind of standing up to try to make that line. But I have found that using this, so if you're in Winnipeg, this is a tool you can get at the Scrapbook Cottage. Otherwise, like I say, you can use 2 pieces of your chipboard that you're using to make that line. We're going to cut these corners off on the line. Okay. And I'm going to fold. I like to fold it like this away or towards me, I guess. I find that I have a better, that it sticks, it's right up against the chipboard that way, rather than doing it the other way. That's my preference. That's what I have found over the years. So we're going to now take these up just so they're out of our way a little bit. Don't take them off. That's going to cause you grief. But just pop them up a little bit out of the way. And we're going to have to take the ones at the bottom off as well. These come right off because we're going to be sticking our cardstock to our chipboard. And I'm going to lift this one up a bit. This comes off. And I do the same thing. I'm just going to... Okay. I'm going to burnish. I'm just going to push these down out of the way. Now we'll do the same to the other side. Whoop. There we go. At the bottom, we're going to take off. And there we go. Okay, we're going to burnish. We don't have quite an inch here. That's okay. I have a little bit more than an inch on top, I guess. There. Now we're going to do the sides or the ends. I do the same thing. I bend it towards me. And before we do that, if you were to just fold this over, you're going to find you're going to have not a very nice clean corner. So what you do is you just push these corners in with your bone folder. Okay? Just push them in so that it's nice and tucked in there. Some of them are harder than others. This is just paper, right? So you have to kind of be careful. Okay, now I'm going to take this off and that off, and I'm going to fold them. Okay, and do the same on the other side. I'm going to push in on both corners. I'm going to take that off, and we're going to fold and burnish again. You want to burnish because you want to make sure these are all nicely done. Okay. Okay. We are going to let me just check to see what I've told you. Okay, so you will find another piece that says cover. Okay, this piece is, I want to say 6 7/8 by 12. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. What this piece is going to do is cover all of this stuff. Okay, it's going to give it a nice clean finish. So we're going to put tape just on the outer edges. Okay, so we're going to tape this along here. Oh, okay. And along here. Okay. There we go. I sometimes spend more time looking for my tools than I do actually creating. Because somehow my tools run away on me. Haha. Okay. And we're going to take these all off as well. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. So with this piece, we are going to try the best we can. If you have any tape sticking over the edges, just push it in out of the way. Okay. We're going to try the best we can to center it sideways and up and down. Now, up and down, it is very close to the edges. Let's see here, about, I want to say 1/8 of an inch. So it's very close to the top and the bottom. Okay, there. We're going to just burnish that along the edges. And now we are going to take this and just bend a little bit, and with your bone folder, help it along. Okay, we'll do the same with the other one. Where's our other one? Here it is. Okay. Because we put the Tyvek in there, it's a little doesn't bend quite as easily, but you're not going to be sorry that you put your Tyvek in. Okay, there we go. And where's our other one? Here's our other one. And you just help it along. There. There's our, okay. Now you can do a little bit of help here, like just gently, okay. Just gently, just so that we have there we go. Okay, Now, if you find, and I know that some depends on your cardstock again, I don't know if you can see this little bit that's been torn here. Let's see if I can show you. See how here, how it's like kind of torn a little bit where we put it together? What I do for that is I take a little bit of wet glue and I just put some on there just so that it kind of lays back down. This is Barely Art glue that I'm using. It dries clear, so you don't need to worry about being super clean with your glue, because I certainly am not. That's why okay, there we go. That's why I like to use it. Or art glitter glue. They're both fantastic glues. Okay, so that's made. Okay, let's go on. Like on the right side, we are going to make a waterfall. So you should have, this says cover two. You should have pieces that say, okay, let's do our left side first, I guess. That's the way I put it in the instructions. Okay, so you have instructions, two that are 5.5 by 5 and 2 B's, right? Okay, so this is, yeah, 2 B's, 2 A's. We're going to score the A's on 5.5. So 5.5 is on top. That's what I mean when I say score on 5.5. And here we go again. I have lost my score tool. Here we go. Okay, so 5.5 on top. We're going to score at 1/2. Both of them. Both our A's are scored at 1/2. Let's score our B's at the same time. This time we're going to score on 6.5. So that means 6.5 is on top, is along the top, and we're going to score at 1/2. Okay, those are done. What we're going to do now is we are going to tape on that 1/2-inch piece on the valley side or on the indented side. This, you're going to love this little folio because it's pretty quick to make. After you've made your cover, it's quick. Oh, okay, let's try this again. I'm not going very straight here for some reason. There we go. We're going to miter. So we're going to just cut a little bit in from the score line out. And another one. There we go. We're going to fold and burnish. We're going to fold so that we're folding towards the mountain. Okay, where you've scored, it's indented, right? So we're going to fold inside like so. Okay, so we have our A's and B's done. We're going to take our book back. Now this is where you have to decide what's A, what's B. or what's top, what's bottom. Doesn't really matter at this point, but okay, so on the left side, so on this side here, on the left, we are going to take our B pieces, these are the bigger ones, and we're going to adhere them to the top and bottom of the folio. So it's going to go in like this, okay? And it's going to go in even, pretty much even with your side here. Not, you don't want to go too far into your score line here, right? Okay, so we're going to put, okay, so we're going to put one on the top, one B on top and one B on the bottom. So I'm going to start with the bottom, and I'm going to go pretty much even. I'm going to make sure I'm not out that way. And I'm going to burnish. Now I'm going to put the other B on top. I'm gonna scooch or turn my book around because that's the way I work, because I like to work with it this way. So it's gonna go nice and even at the top. I'm gonna make sure I'm not sticking out there, and burnish. Okay, so they're on. Now we're gonna take our A, and we're going to put A on top where you've attached the B pieces. So open these up, and your A pieces are going to be just inside here, like this. Okay, so that the B folds over the A. So with your B's open, we're going to put the A's just on top of where we had put the B. Okay, and again, we're going to make sure we're inside and like that. Okay, so they close in. And I'm going to do the same with the other one, but again, I'm going to turn it around because of the way I work. And I'm going to just going to make sure that I'm not outside the book here. There we go. And okay, so that you've got your B on the outside and your A, your B and your A. Okay, so we're going to add a small magnet, and I will show you that. We're going to put a small magnet on our B inside here, because this is going to flop open, so we want to close that. So we're going to put, where'd you go? I'm going to put one here, and how I like to make sure that they stay is I like to put a glue dot the glue dot on one side. Okay, you didn't stick. All right, let's try that again. I have a mess. Here we go. Okay, let's try that again. So I just like to put a little glue dot on that side. And I don't like to go too close to the, oh, okay, so my glue dot did not stick. Having issues with glue dots should be the least of our worries when we're making albums. I think my glue dots might be old. Okay, I like to put it in the middle, a little bit further from the edge as far as you can, because then your paper, your pattern paper, if you put it too close, won't close properly. And I'm going to take another one. What I like to do is I put them one on top of the other. This is also made out of, there we go. And I'll put a glue dot on it. Okay, now it worked. And I'm going to close it. I'm not sure. Oh, that's not good. See how this is not, when I said don't put it too close to the edge, it'll be too close to the edge. So let's just pull it off of there. This is going to get covered up anyways. Let's make sure that we are, okay. So we've got to stay within here. Okay, so let's put it there and let's see. Yeah, so now we're going to put another glue dot on here. Okay, there we go. And we're just going to close them. So your magnets are on B and B. Okay, I like to put a small piece of suquang on there to make sure that it stays. And when you go to put your pattern paper on, take this paper off the suquang. There, our left side is done. Now, how fast was that, eh? I had more trouble with my glue dots than I had anything else. Okay, middle. We are going to take our C, D, E. I think we have two. Oh, we have two C's and two D's. Do I have? Yep, two D's. I only have one C. Let's see. Maybe that's an F. Is this a C? There we go. Two C's, two D's, one F, two E's, and a G. Okay, looks like a lot. They're going to go in just nicely. So let's start with our C. We're going to score it on the 7 3/8. Okay, 7 3/8 at half and 7/8. Okay, half and 7/8 for both C's. Half, 7/8. So that's our C's. And our D on 4 3/4. It's, be careful because it's by 5, right? So make sure you know it's 4 3/4 on top at a half. That's our D. Our E is stuck to my glue dots. Let me take that off. There we go. Our E, so on 5, we're going to score at a half and a half. That's E. F, there's one F. On 5 1/4, we are going to score at a half. And G, on 5, we are going to score at a half. So we have them all scored. We're going to tape them all now. So here we go. Tape there. Okay, come on. And D. And C. Now C has 2 score marks on it, right? 1.5 and 1 7/8. You only want to be on the 1/2 inch piece, okay? Just the 1/2 inch. Okay, we're going to miter each of those the same way we always miter. When you're mitering C, only miter where your tape is. Okay. Gonna pull our, oh, sorry, we didn't fold and burnish. One more step. Fold and burnish. Always folding in towards our mountain side. Here you're gonna fold and burnish both of those. Okay. And you're gonna fold on that second. There we go. We're all folded and burnished. Okay, let's pull that back in. We're going to take D flap. Okay, our D flap is our smaller one. Okay, we're going to take our D flap and we're going to adhere it to the inside of the C flap. Okay, that's F, G, C. Okay, so what I mean by that is you're going to take C and you're going to take D and you're going to put it here. So it makes a longer, okay, a longer flap. Don't put it on this side, okay? You're going to take it, turn it this way, and now take your D flap and you're going to tape it to here, okay? So it's going to look like that. So you're gonna, there we go. And we're going to burnish that. Okay, set that that aside. We're going to do the same with the other one. So remember, this is the C, this is here, and there's my D. If you are nervous about making sure that you have the right, that it's in the right place right away, let me put this back on. I'll show you a trick. Only take the tape off part of it, like that. Now, take your piece, and on the side that you haven't got the tape taken off, go like this. Make sure you're nice and even there, and you're going to be even on this side then, right? And then pull this aside, like this, okay? Or you can put a bead of glue on your tape. Okay, so we have, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. My paper's coming apart. That's not good. Okay, let's fix that. I have never seen that happen before. If that happens to you, take tape and let's tape it closed. That must be a bad piece of paper or something. Wow, that's not good at all. Not good at all. Okay, and I'm going to have to put a little bit of glue on this corner because I didn't get my tape there. Okay. Huh. Bad piece of cardstock, just like anything else, I guess. So now we have our second piece, C and D together. So we are now going to take these pieces and we're going to put them on the top and at the bottom. So we're going to take our piece C and we're going to tape it down here. Okay? Even with, we're going to have to go even with the bottom. Okay, so we're going to, oh, sorry, again, I'll show you. Let's not take this. Okay, let's not take it all off. We're just going to take off part of it. And do that. Or do that. We're going to have to do it this way. There we go. And we're going to make sure that this side is nice and even with our bottom. And we're going to put it down. And then we can pull this and it's down there like that. Okay? So this is our piece C. I'm just going to flip it upside down to do the other one. So we're going to take only part of it. And we're going to make sure this side is nice and even. And down at the bottom. And we're going to pull this. And we have our C pieces in our book. Okay? Like that. Okay, we're now going to take our E piece. Where's our E's? It's 2 E's. Yes, 2 E's. And we're going to put E on the right side of our folio. Okay. Let me just read to make sure I'm doing what I said I'd be doing in the right order for you. We're going to open this up. So we're going to adhere E to the right side when C and D are open. Okay. So it's going to fit in like this. Okay, so we're going to again, sorry, I have to do it this way. We're going to make sure that we're evenly inside our C pieces and that we're, yeah, looks good. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to open this and we're going to put our other E piece inside there. Okay. Actually, you know what? That's the other side of it. Sorry. We're going to open the E piece and we're going to put it on the left-hand side so that when we open it, then we have 1, 2. Okay. So we're going to put it on the left-hand side of the E when it's open. So here's E, open it. Pull this to this side, and we're going to put it even on top of E. Okay. Make sure that I'm even with it here. I think I am. Okay, so now I'm going to, and we're going to, okay, so this is what it looks like. So E is closed. Let's there we go. I'm just going to burnish it there. And it opens up. Okay. So we're going to set E to the side. We have 2 pieces left. We have F and we have G. We're going to take F and we're going to adhere F to the left. Okay, so no big deal. I said put E on the left side. Looks like in my book that I made, I did this, but it should have been on the right side. It's no big deal, right? All the same. So what we're going to do in our book here is we're going to take F and we're going to put F on the right-hand side instead of the left hand, which is what I said in my book or in my instructions. Won't matter because it's all going to look pretty. Okay, so we're going to take F and we're going to put it even here. We want to make sure we're within our, okay. Oh, I think I'm a little bit too close to my edge here. Let's just make sure. There. And so there's my F. Okay. We're going to take G. We're going to open F and we're going to put G inside here. Okay. So F is open. And we're going to put G inside. So we're going to go even here, kind of away from the fold line of F. There. Okay, let me put my book back the way it should be. So there's F. Sorry, there's E. There's F and G. Okay, there's G and there's F. they go in, C goes like this, and you've got your middle all done. Okay, again, we're going to put a small magnet so that they stay put. So we're going to put a small magnet on D. Now you decide whether you want it to look like this or whether you want it to open from the bottom. That's your decision. Okay, I'm going to put mine so it opens this way. So I'm going to put one here. And I don't know, do I really want to go into using these silly glue dots? Okay, so I'm going to put one here. It's on the D, okay? And I'm going to put this one. Whoa! On top of it, put a glue dot. And it's going to close onto the C. Now, be careful, because remember how we did two scores? Just make sure that that score is nice and straight. Okay? The reason we have another score is so that when you put pictures in here, you have room. It's not going to bulge. Okay? So there's that one. I'm going to put a little bit of sequin. Remember to take the paper off of it before you put your pretty paper. And the middle's done. Okay? All right, so this was my front. This is my middle. We have the back to do, or what the left-hand side. And the left-hand side simply has a waterfall. So they're all labeled WF if you bought a kit. Okay. So we're going to, there you should have 2, 4, yeah, you have 5 of them. So we're going to score these all the same way. We're going to score them on 5 inches at a half. All of them. 5, score at a half. Okay, and you have your little flap. It's 5 as well. You're going to score on 5 at a half. And we are going to put tape on all those halves. We're not going to miter. I never miter waterfalls. I think it looks more finished without mitering it. Because when you open it, you see that miter, right? So we're just going to tape, fold, and burnish. And we're going to fold it on the valley side. Some of mine had gotten. And for those of you who are, maybe this is your first one, if you fold it the wrong way, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean you should throw away your pieces that you've done. It just simply means it doesn't quite finish the same way. So, you know, try to remember to always fold towards the mountain. It'll just give you a nicer finish. Okay, got all our pieces scored. Okay, yeah. This is the top. But remember, I have to work backwards. Okay? So I'm going to flip it around. Just remember that this is the top. So we're going to start by putting the first one down. And we're going to put it, let's see, yeah, I put it about 1/8 of an inch from the top and centered. Okay, so whatever looks centered to you. So about here is where I'm going to put it. Make sure that it's straight, because all our other ones won't be if this one isn't, okay? So we're going to put the next one. I'm going to do it this way so that we can, come on. There we go. Okay. Now this one has to go nicely underneath this other one, okay? We want to make sure that they're going to line up though, right? So I'm a little bit too far. I'm going to snug it right up. And let's see, is that right? Huh. This one, you know what? That's always good to check. It looks like my 5 inches is a little bit too much, or 4.5. I'm just going to snip a little piece off. Always good to do a dry run before you do anything. So let's see if this one, yeah, that's going to be good now. So I'm going to put it underneath here, snugged up, and I should be good. I am. So now I can take all this and burnish it. And I'm going to do the same thing with all of them. Okay, let's check to make sure this one's not too big. Let's see. Well, I think it's okay. So always check. So it's going to go like this. We want to make sure that we're, oh, that's not going to be even, is it? Okay, let's check this out. That looks good. And ugh, I have a little bit of glue sitting there. I don't like that. Okay. And 2 more. One last one. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this. That's not good. I must have got a defective piece of paper, because I have never, and I've made hundreds of albums, and I have never seen this. So hopefully yours will be okay. Like I say, it's totally, I had never seen this. Okay, I'm just gonna snip that off. Just do some doctoring of paper here, I guess, hey? There, no one will ever be wiser. Okay, so this one we were putting here, weren't we? I'm just going to make sure to check this out. Yep, looking good. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to put it back the right way. So here's our, now we have to keep it closed, right? So we're going to put this piece here so that it holds everything down. So let's do this. And I didn't check if it was in the center. Yeah, it's in the center. And we have two more pieces of, or two more magnets, sorry. So let's put them down. And let's put it there. Is that gonna, yeah, that'll work quite nicely. And our other one on top of it, and close it. Nope, stay, there we go. A piece of suquang. Go this way with it this time. And our book is finished. Now, you might find that it won't close. You could take the bigger magnets, put two, one here, one here, one here, one here, to close it up. You might want to close it up with just ribbon. I, as you'll see, didn't have to close mine up. After a while, they just stay closed. So let's go through my book to show you how I decorated it. Let me just close it all up so that I can bring it over. There. Okay. So here's the book that I made. I like to leave 1/8 of an inch on all sides of my paper. So I usually cut it 1/4 of an inch smaller than what it measures, and I get that 1/8 of an inch. So I do the same for all of them. Okay. If we open it on the left, I've put pretty paper, patterned paper there. And then what I do is, I know that we're going to be putting pictures in these, and so why use up patterned paper if we don't need to? So what I've done in the ones for the store is I've measured. So this one is I think a 4x6, and then I've put patterned paper on the side. Okay, and then this one I think is probably a 6x6. Let's see, 5x5. Yeah, this one's about a 4.5 by 4.5. Okay, and I do that on those. I've put pattern paper on all of this piece, but again, on this one, it's 4 by 6. So I just put it. Okay, this one, let's see, what did I put this one? It's 4 by, yeah, it's 4 by 6 as well. Okay, so that's the front. Okay, and you could hear the snap of that magnet, right? In the middle, so you can kind of see the whole thing here, I've put the same paper on both sides. I've put pattern paper totally on that one because that's the one we see. And then on the top, on that, I think it was called D, I didn't put any or any on this one, on this side. But here, 4 by 6, I had to put a tiny little piece here and a piece there. I did the same here. It's 4 by 6, so I put pattern paper on those. Didn't put paper on the short, on the little one. I just put it here. So I did the same on both of them. Okay, when we open up, 4 by 6, bit of paper, and I did the same with all of those. Okay, 4 by 6, because that's what we have most of, right? Is 4 by 6s. Remember, this one opened up like this. Okay, so that's the middle. And then the waterfall, here's the flap. And I don't bother to put pretty or pattern paper here. I just put it on the bottom. I put a slit on the bottom so it all looks nice this way. And I always put a little piece up here to hide that. Okay. And then I put a bigger piece down here. Or you could put another 5 by 5 picture down there. And that's the 5 by, whoops, let's put this back in here. That is the, see how mine closes nicely after being used a few times? So that's the 5 by 7 folio. Thanks for watching. Have fun with it.